Hello and a very warm welcome to all of you on Game On, your one-stop destination for all things sports. I'm Neha Bharadwaj-Alter. Today on the show, we have an exclusive with RCB captain, former South African skipper Faf du Plessis. In golf, Masters champion Jon Rahm is the latest to switch to Rebel Golf League LIV Golf. And there is no Nick Kyrgios at 2024 Australian Open. But first, let's begin with India's big tour of South Africa. The Indian cricket team arrived in Durban on Thursday ahead of their multi-format series against South Africa, starting with the first T20I on Sunday. This is exciting, a whole tour in South Africa with T20Is. There's going to be ODI series and then Test series. The players were cheered by fans at the airport. There you can see the new T20I captain, Suryakumar Yadav. Players were cheered by fans at the airport. They obliged the supporters with a few selfies. Yes, India now will first play a three-match T20I series. That will go on till the 14th of December. From 17th of December onwards, the ODI leg of the white ball series will start, which will conclude on the 21st of September. Now, seniors like skipper Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli and Jasprit Bumrah, they are missing the white ball leg of the all-format series. Suryakumar Yadav, like I said, the #1 T20I batter, he's going to be leading the T20I team, while KL Rahul, he will be captaining the ODI team. So take a look at the T20I squad. It's a young squad for T20Is. There is no Virat Kohli, there is no Rohit Sharma, but what can this young squad do under the leadership of Suryakumar Yadav in those conditions in South Africa? We'll have to wait and watch out for that. Okay, also youngsters like Rinku Singh, Tilak Verma, Sai Sudarshan, Rajat Patidar, they've all received call-ups for the ODI squad under the leadership of KL Rahul. Take a look at that. Yuzvendra Chahal's there with Avesh Khan, Arshdeep Singh, Washington Sundar, he's in the ODI squad. And then Deepak Chahar, Kuldeep Yadav and Mukesh Kumar. So that's the ODI squad. Senior players then will return for the two-match test series, with the first test in Centurion from the 26th of December. So Boxing Day test that starts in Centurion, and then the second test that's at Cape Town from 3rd of January next year. The red ball leg of the series, of course, will be the most anticipated one for Indian fans, as India are yet to register a Test series win in South Africa. Okay, now if you are still unable to get over how India were beaten so comprehensively by Australia in the final of the World Cup after what was a perfect tournament for them, who better than a South African to help you get over the heartbreak and along the way tell you what makes Australia such a force in World Cups? It's former South African skipper Faf du Plessis in conversation with me on various issues, including his close buddy Virat Kohli. Watch this one. Former South African skipper, current captain of the Royal Challengers Bangalore, presently playing at the Abu Dhabi T10 League. Thank you so much, Faf du Plessis, for taking the time out to join us here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so from T20, now it's getting shorter and shorter. It's T10. Tell me how much fun you're having playing this league.
Yeah, it's been great. I think for me, most importantly, I had some elbow surgery about 3 months ago. So really just saw the T10 this year as an opportunity to come back into cricket, but not too hectic in terms of amount of balls that you hit. That's generally the comeback around arms. We always want to hit a lot of balls in practice. And they felt like because this is a bit shorter, it will be a good opportunity for me just to get back into the swing of things. And then obviously next year we've got in January is the SA League and then the IPL.
Okay, and what is this that we're hearing? Faf du Plessis may return to play international cricket. Can we see you in the T20 World Cup next year?
Look, that's been something we've been speaking about for quite a long time, actually. Even 2 or 3 years ago, especially players like myself, when they've played for a very long time, they want to go and play T20 cricket a little bit. So the plan was always that. But I think from what I've heard that they've finally agreed that T20 contracts is something that they are considering. And if you look at anywhere else in the world, it's pretty similar. I think, guys like Trent Bolt, people like them, the landscape has just changed quite a bit. So that's exciting. I think the teams or the countries are moving with how the game is evolving, and I think that's really important. So, you don't want guys retiring from the formats at the age of 25, 26. You want to keep your players playing for your country. So I think this is a really good way of doing that.
Okay, now I know you're one of the fittest players in the world, so there's every chance that we might see you in the World Cup next year. But tell me, are those gym sessions getting tougher?
Not really. I think it's more around what you want to achieve. I'm always someone that needs something to motivate me. Certainly the last 2 years at Bangalore has been great because it's come with great motivation. I want to do well there. I want to do well on the biggest stage of cricket, which IPL is. And obviously with a big team like RCB, I want to make sure that I'm physically and mentally at the best that I can be. So you need to put in the work then. Training definitely changes the older you get. I remember when I was younger, I didn't have to focus too much on all the high sprint work stuff. But definitely when your body gets older, you need to make sure that the training changes. So right now, to make sure that my body feels strong, I need to do a lot more high-speed running stuff, just so those legs feel like they can keep moving.
Okay, talking about RCB, the auction's around the corner. You have a bit of shopping to do when it comes to your bowling resources.
Yeah, we do. But I think certainly from our perspective, as we felt that last season that we needed a bit more firepower in the middle. We had a very successful campaign around the top order. Glenn Maxwell, Virat Kohli, and myself had real good seasons, and we lost. Rajat Patidar was a big loss for us because the season before he was fantastic. So we just felt like we needed a bit more in the middle. And therefore, the plan was around the auction was to try and free up quite a bit of money to target. Obviously, fast bowlers is always one thing where team targets to go, but we also wanted to go to an all-rounder in that middle order, someone that can bat 5 and be a good bowling option as well. So, yeah, we were prepared to go in with a lot of money into the auction, but then almost like a star just fell from the sky onto our laps. It felt like it. Obviously the trade with Cameron Green, and he was probably the high priority for RCB in terms of that guy that can bat at 5, but also is a very, very good bowler. So the fact that our number one priority player came as an option for us was like, this feels too good to be true. But obviously people would say like it's a lot of money and stuff like that, but it's more around, are you trying to make your team stronger in terms of the areas where you feel you could have been a little bit better? So that was one of the areas where we felt we needed to improve. And I felt now leading into the auction, that's one less headache that we have, hoping that you get someone, because auctions are so unpredictable. You're not sure what you're going to get. So we're very happy with that. I think he's a great player. He's still very young. So, I mean, I think people also forget, for me, a big thing with someone like him is that next year it's the end of the cycle, and to have a talent like that, to be able to retain him for the next 3 years is huge for a franchise like RCB. So I think, we were very happy with that. And then leading into the auction, unfortunately, with Josh Hazelwood, he is not available for the whole IPL. I mean, obviously, he's been a fantastic performer for us. So that's the only reason why they didn't keep his services. He is going to be at home. He's expecting his first child. So that's obviously from a priority perspective, we wish him all the best. That's, I mean, being a dad is the most important job in the world. So great for him that he's going to spend some time at home. But now, obviously, we would just need to find a suitable replacement for him, and it makes the auction pretty not too many things to get in the auction for us, which is quite nice.
Okay, talking about Josh Hazelwood, we've got to talk about the Australians and the final. How can we not? The World Cup. You're someone who's seen or who's been on the wrong side of results in World Cup matches, especially against a team like Australia. What is it about Australia in World Cup knockout games? How do they do it? Is it the mentality, the culture, all of it? What is your perspective on that?
I think it's just confidence. I think once you've walked a road where you know what the road looks like, you just have more confidence than the opposition. So if you look at Australia's record outside World Cups the last 2 years, it's actually not that amazing. But when they get to the World Cup, you can just see the way they speak, press conferences, the way they carry themselves around. You know what? If we can get to the semis or the finals, we have got that conviction within our group that we've been there more than any other team has been. So it's just a confidence in the group that, we play the big moments well. And that's just because they've done it. So, teams like South Africa, we had a really good campaign, but it's just the same thing. We just have to crack through that ceiling where you do it once and then you go, it's not that bad, is it? And then it comes with that confidence. So obviously India, same thing. India was unbelievable the whole World Cup. And I think people were expecting them to have like one off game because they were so brilliant the whole time. And unfortunately, that game was, not that they had an off game, but it just probably wasn't their absolute best game in the World Cup. But it's just, Australia, just the confidence in playing those big games. Because they've done it, I think is the main reason.
Okay, I'm being told to wrap it up, but I've got to ask you the last question. Virat Kohli, the player of the tournament, have you had a conversation with him? Did you call him up to congratulate him on what he did in the World Cup?
Yeah, I was really proud to see the way that he went about his business. I mean, I remember being in studio work before the World Cup, and they ask you the questions around who's going to be the most prolific batsman, highest wicket taker. And for me, knowing Virat, I just had a real confidence in him because of he's a similar player that rises to the occasion, the bigger the occasion is. The more fans there is, the louder the fans is. It's almost like it's fuel for him, and he just becomes an even better cricketer. So that's why, in my mind, I was like, I think Virat Kohli will be the highest run scorer of the tournament. And his drive and his hunger to be at that level is really something to admire. It will be interesting to see how long he still plays the 50-over format. It's someone that you would hope that would play a lot more time still. But obviously with, India's scheduling is always very intense. So he's a 3-format player. So eventually one of the formats has to make way when you start doing better with your time. So hopefully we'll see a lot of him still over the next 3 years. In the next 3 formats.
Okay, Faf du Plessis, thank you so much for taking the time out, and wish you all the very best for the upcoming matches in the T10 League. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Okay, moving on, the drama is far from over in the Sreesanth Gambhir controversy, with Legends League Cricket issuing a legal notice to Sreesanth saying that he's breached the code of conduct, and they have demanded removal of the videos that have been targeting Gautam Gambhir. The heated argument between Gautam Gambhir and S. Sreesanth took place in the eliminator game between Gujarat Giants and India Capitals, where apparently Sreesanth claimed he was called a fixer by Gautam Gambhir. Things got worse when Srishant put a video on Instagram talking about their on-field clash, saying Gambhir had said some terrible things. And later he went live on his Instagram, specifically revealing that Gambhir had called him a fixer. As things were getting out of hand, LLC, they put out an official statement saying they will look into the matter. Now the reports say a legal notice has been served to Srishant that says that discussions will only take place when he removes those videos that were targeting Gambhir. This is what Srishant has put on his Instagram post after the incident.
A lot of channels have been calling me. A lot of people have been asking me questions about what happened, and I'm not here. I am not going to spend a lot of PR and all that, which a lot of celebrities does to spread the wrong news. I just wanted to come live and tell you all straight, because rather than telling each and every channel one by one the same questions again and again, I just want to clear the air again. Yesterday I didn't tell what he called me. He kept on. Now his PR has been obviously where he is from and the kind of money he can spend. I am just a normal person. God's been kind. I fought my battle alone with my family and my dear ones and with all your support. Just want to say this. He kept on calling me on live television, on the center wicket. I have not used a single bad word. I have not even used a single abusive word to him. I have only said, what are you saying? What are you saying? And in fact, I kept laughing in a sarcastic way because he kept calling me fixer, fixer. You are a fixer. You forgive my language, but fixer. This is the languages which he used on live. Even he told the umpires the same language when they were trying to control him. In fact, I just moved away, but he kept on saying the same word again and again and again. So all I want to say is, if he keeps fighting with all his colleagues, they must be having whatever PR. I am not going to do anything with that kind of thing where I want to come to every channel and start talking exactly what happened. So this is to clear the air. Please, whoever wants to know the truth, this is the real truth. Whatever the videos are circulating, whatever they are doing, it's just trying to get that, keep that person in that best possible way. मैं तो ये बोलूँगा कि मेरे तरफ से मैंने एक गाली, एक शब्द ने यूज किया है, और please guys, do support the real truth. He's been doing it with a lot of people, not just me. I have no idea why he started it. It was the end of the over when they lost even one wicket also. I have no idea what made him say it. All I can say is now his people are saying sixer, sixer, sixer कुछ बोला है. उन्होंने तो कुछ बोला ही नहीं है. उन्होंने बोला है fixer, तू fixer है, तू fixer है. This is not the way to talk. And I can even take you to further higher. I have been, मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि इसको इधर ही छोड़ दूँ, but उनका लोग है, उनको बचाने की कोशिश कर रहा है, और आप सबको मेरे यही एक request है, please don't fall for that, extra paid PR work that other powerful people do. I am just like a normal person like you. Just want to share my humble request. Please trust me on this. Lots of love and lots of respect. Jai Hind.
Clearly, we haven't heard the last of it. There's more to come. In fact, Srishant's wife, she took to Twitter condemning what Gautam Gambhir had done, and now this whole controversy has taken a legal route. So we'll get you all the latest developments in this controversy. But now we're going to move on to some big news coming from the world of golf, which has sent shockwaves through the PGA Tour. The Masters champion, Jon Rahm, he has confirmed that he's joining LIV Golf in what is a massive coup for the Saudi League. Rahm becomes the latest big name to make the Saudi switch, following in the footsteps of his good friends Sergio Garcia and Phil Mickelson. After a month of speculation, the cat is out of the bag. Masters champion Jon Rahm has jumped from the PGA Tour to Saudi-backed LIV Golf on 7th of December in a big money move that has sent another shockwave through the sport. The 29-year-old becomes the biggest name to sign on with the Rebel Circuit, funded by Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, since Australian Cameron Smith joined after winning the 2022 British Open.
I think the number one thing I learned is that I love the game of golf, and I'm on the side of golf, right? When I ever go in discussion, I want golf to succeed. And the second, that at the end of the day, a man's going to make a decision what's best for him and his family. Right? It's that simple.
One of golf's most popular and charismatic figures, Rahm's departure will be seen as another massive blow to the PGA Tour, which has seen many of its biggest names jump to the breakaway league. Media reports said that the world number 3 will be paid at least $300 million, with some outlets putting the guarantee at closer to $600 million.
I think the innovation and the vision of LIV Golf is what pushed me over to at least give it a chance and hear the pitch out, and ultimately ended up being what I guess I wanted to hear, right? I believe in the growth of the game of golf. I've largely spoken about how Sevi improved the game of golf in Spain, and I've always said how I would like to do the same thing over there. And if I can reach a bigger audience, it would be amazing. And I do believe this process will help me do that.
Rahm is confident, though, that his sponsors will continue their partnership with him in LIV Golf.
This is important. I mean, my sponsors, I choose them carefully, and luckily they've chosen me back.
Yeah.
And I want to have a connection with the sponsors that I have to be able to represent them the best I can. And I can say, as of right now, that after meeting with Callaway and some of their executives, they do want to continue this partnership with my transition to LIV Golf.
Rumors of his switch to LIV Golf gathered steam when he pulled out of next month's American Express tournament, a PGA Tour event he's won twice before and where he is the defending champion. Rahm will make his LIV Golf League debut at the circuit's season opening event on 2nd of Feb at LIV Golf Mayakoba in Mexico. Wow, that has to be the biggest coup up till now in this whole, what is going on between LIV Golf and PGA Tour. I'm wondering what PGA Tour will look to do, because they've been handing out punishments to golfers who've been joining LIV Golf. What are they going to do with Rahm? We'll have to wait and watch out for that. But we're going to wrap this up. Hope you enjoyed this show. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.
BrahMos. Stealthy, lethal, precise. It flies at 3 times the speed of sound and cuts through a warship like a hot knife through butter. China's navy has threatened its neighbors, and they are turning to the BrahMos for protection. The Warship Killer. This and more streaming on world's first news OTT, News9 Plus. Download now.
Hello and welcome. You're watching News9 Live. Our top story at this hour, which is of course a developing story as well. The Ethics Committee's report recommending the expulsion of TMC MP Mahua Moitra in a cash for query case is expected to be presented in the Lok Sabha. Mahua has already reached Parliament and remains defiant as ever.
हमारे बंगाली में एक पोएम है काजी नजरुल का অসত্যের কাছে কভু নত নাহি করো শির ভয় कापे कापुरुष लौड़े जाए वीर सो जब नाश मनुष्य पर छाता है पहले विवेक मर जाता है तो ये जो इन लोग वस्त्रहरण शुरू किए ना अब महाभारत का रन देखिएगा
Mahua there actually quoting Qazi Nazrul Islam. Despite being listed on the agenda for 4th December, it was not tabled. Opposition members are demanding a thorough discussion on the recommendations before a decision on Maitra's expulsion. The government says it is up to the Speaker to decide on the report. Meanwhile, the BJP has issued a 3-line whip telling all its Lok Sabha MPs to be present in the House, stressing the importance of key legislative talks and backing the government's stance.
कौन बोलेगा नहीं बोलेगा ये सब तो स्पीकर साहब तय करते हैं ना रूल यही कहता है तो स्पीकर साहब क्या करेंगे वो अभी से एंटिसिपेट कोई कर लिया तो हम उसके बारे में क्या प्रतिक्रिया देंगे। मैंने ये कहा ना, संविधान इसमें बहुत ही क्लियर है, उस लोकसभा में क्या चलेगा क्या नहीं चलेगा। इवन पार्टी यदि नाम देगी मेरा बोलने के लिए और स्पीकर साहब की सहमति नहीं होगी तो मैं नहीं बोल पाऊंगा। स्पीकर साहब को हमने इतना अधिकार दिया, इसी कारण से ये संविधान चल पा रहा है, लोकसभा चल पा रही है। तो पहले होने दीजिए ना, इसके बाद सब चीजों का जवाब दूंगा मैं। इसका क्या नतीजा हुआ है ये भी मैं रिपोर्ट पेश होने के बाद ही बता पाऊंगा।
आगे की कार्रवाई स्पीकर साहब तय करेंगे कि वैसे रूल्स जो इसमें स्पष्ट है कि जो रूल्स 316 है उसमें आधे घंटे की चर्चा का भी उसमें उल्लेख है, सारी चीजें उल्लेख है। पहले रिपोर्ट तो ले होने दो, उसके बाद हाउस में क्या कार्रवाई तय स्पीकर साहब करते हैं।
कोई प्रपोजल लिया जाएगा लोकसभा में।
देखिए ये मैंने कहा ना, सब स्पीकर साहब तय करते हैं। स्पीकर साहब के सामने जब ये रिपोर्ट वो अनाउंस करेंगे, और आज शायद विनोद सोनकर जी के नाम से ही लगी हुई है जहाँ तक बिजनेस में मैंने देखा है, तो वो पेश करेंगे और जैसे पटल पे पेश हो जाएगी उसके बाद उस रिपोर्ट में क्या है, कितने पेज की है, क्या लिखा हुआ है, क्या रिकमेंडेशन है, उसका सदस्यगण अध्ययन करेंगे। उसके बाद चर्चा का कोई टाइम तय होगा, वो स्पीकर साहब ही तय करेंगे।
देखिए सदन में इस तरीके की नज़ीर ना तैयार हो, ये हम चाहते हैं। ये बड़ा गलत संदेश जा रहे हैं देश में कि इतने हर चीज में ये आज की सरकार इतनी प्रतिहिंसा, जिसको हम कहते हैं कि इतने बदला लेने की राजनीति क्यों करते हैं पता नहीं। हमारे प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी बड़ी अच्छी अच्छी बात तो करते हैं, लेकिन कथनी और करनी में इतना फर्क क्यों पड़ते हैं मुझे पता नहीं। एक महिला सांसद, जब महिला की रिजर्वेशन देने के लिए रात भर चर्चा होते हैं, सदन की बाहर कितने सारे इवेंट बनाए जाते हैं, प्रचार में महिला महिला महिला। मोदी जी की ये महिला भजन हम तो सुनते हैं, और वो एक महिला सांसद के खिलाफ इस तरीके की बदला लेने की क्यों चाहते हैं, ये मुझे बड़ा ताजुब लग रहे हैं।
सर आज कमेटी की रिपोर्ट पेश करेंगे पार्लियामेंट में?
जी, आज कमेटी की रिपोर्ट पेश होगी।
सभी पक्षों को सुन लिया गया है।
The winter session of Parliament, ongoing since Monday, will continue until the 22nd of December.
सदन नहीं चलाना चाहते आप, सदन नहीं चलाना चाहते, प्रश्नकाल नहीं चलाना चाहते।
Leader of the Zoram People's Movement, Lal Duhoma, has taken oath as the new Chief Minister of Mizoram. The oath was administered by Governor Hari Babu Kambhampati at the Raj Bhavan in Aizawl. The Zoram People's Movement